Hey folks, welcome back to Timberpunk, and thank you to those of you that pointed out how we get the sped up soil placement. Some of it was right, some of it probably wasn't, so I have been through and corrected it all. So what I needed to do was have the arrows pointing perpendicular to the build direction. So I've gone through and put all of that in. I've put some stairs here. I don't know if this will be quicker or not. They do have tubeway access here and a dirt pile here, which is set to obtain. So that might help a little bit. I have done one slight dump. So I thought maybe, this is the slight dump, that these guys could help build quicker. But what I didn't want them to do, I figured if I put bridges in, they won't be able to build the bridges from the far end. But obviously they can't build these from the far end because they can't build the dirt that they sit upon. So I could turn some of these around. In fact, I will whilst we're here. So let me grab a couple of these and we'll spin a few of them around just to speed up this process a bit. Yeah, it uses... Does it use more resources? Does it just use different resources? That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked it. I can't be bothered to look, to be completely honest with you. That'll kind of help maybe build this whole thing quicker, or we'll run out of dirt. So I did have a really good suggestion to look at the building blueprints mod. Easy for me to say, to do things like potentially group this and this together into a blueprint so that I can place it more quickly. I'm going to have a look at that, but I didn't want to do it live. So yeah. The other good suggestion, and this was a suggestion from Namur, and I've forgotten the creator's name. I will give them credit when/before I actually do it. In fact, I'm going to look them up now whilst I talk about what they do. So there was a suggestion. I was talking about the fact that I'm worried I do not have enough water flow to completely fill the sea up. And if I can load up all of my comments, no, because it's turned. So as I said, it was a comment from Noah, and it is Vanglorious, who has a rule, and it links really nicely to what I was saying in the previous episode. If you spend 250,000 science, you can double the output of a water source. Now, currently we have 3,000 science. One of the things we're going to work on is increasing our science output. So I kind of like that option. How we spend that science, I'm not sure. Don't know if developer tools lets us remove science. I don't see that, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. But I really like that option of being able to spend science to improve things. You guys can let me know what you think about that as an option, but I really like that idea. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah, and we're kind of late game anyway, so... You're going to vanish or get stuck or other things. So we need to create a way around that and hook power up to that. That's going to be challenging. We could go underneath it. Anyway, let's think about this. Power. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Bosh, or we could go round it. Let's just go round it, shall we? There is no rule to say that we cannot just go around it. Although I have been slightly dumb there, so let's put that back, connect that there. respect my prioritar. Prioritize those. Prioritize that. I guess they can get out because I've got a tubeway network there now because I was smarter. Well done, me. But yeah, and we'll have to be tactical about which sources we increase the strength of. Because this is all linked up, we can do that. So we might have to pick the strongest sources. But whilst they're working on that, they have access from a bunch of directions, so that's kind of cool. One of the other things that I wanted to look at doing was increasing power production, because we do have a period where our supply is not as good as our demand. And one of the things I was thinking, there's a couple of things I was thinking, as is often the case. One, storing more power, because we're in a period now where we could be storing a lot more power. The other one is making use of this bad water. The simplest option would be, and I think I spoke about this before, would be to route, or one of you might have even suggested, to route this through here. Now we need to potentially be somewhat cautious because we have a power connection here which links up to our water. No, it doesn't link up to our water. It would just spread contamination and plague and pestilence. But I'm thinking we just use like a surface channel and we be a little bit crude and blunt in how we do this. Just because we've got so much underground stuff. Now, the other option is we could go underneath that and feed in there. I mean, that would work. That would work. So, if I wanted to do that, how would I do it? Good question. Well asked. I guess I'd do it there. There. Probably there. Right. I guess the first thing we want to do is clear up all this crud. So let's run a path. Get over here. Metal. Scrap metal gone. We'll use beavers. I've put some beavers back in some hauling posts as well to get them working on that. We'll demolish you. We'll demolish you. We'll work on demolishing those. And I think I'm going to square this up with terrain as well. So, yep. Come on, game. Come on. And let's run faster. Work faster, not smarter. Do that. And that. That. And then we can reconnect the path around there. And then what we can do is that. That will then connect all the way up around here. Like so, like so, like so. And I guess if I do that and that, grab you, then they can build most of that, which will be good. So the other thing, so I was, well, you were correct in pointing out that I had missed some path connection to here. And we may as well now delete those while we're down here. Well spotted, folks. And thank you for clarifying what I had missed. I tend to need pretty explicit instructions with stuff like you missed there, because, you know, we cover a lot of ground in a video sometimes. So. There's a lot of theirs. Oh, able to... No. So guess what we're going to do is bring that out there. See, there. Just there. And then we can fill that in. And you're facing the correct direction. Fill that in. Fill that in. And yes, actually, you don't necessarily need to be, but you exist. So you can just stay existing, sir. And we could, if we got rid of that, we could actually seal this in. Like so. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So that's going on. That's going on. We need that there. Awesome. Right, back over here. You can be demolished. You can be demolished. Bots are looking good. We need more bots. I don't know if... And what did I set the number to? 2 to 300 in. So we just need to build a heck ton more of them, basically. That's another non-SI unit there, the heck ton. What we'll do is, while we're over here, let's move this path a bit. Move you as well. Then let's reconnect. Yeah. And then I guess we could... I did have a suggestion that we maybe leave some of these open. I don't know. I don't know what others' views are on that. I'm kind of ambivalent. Maybe this one would be a good one to leave open where it's on the edge of the sea. I think most of them we're going to close in. I am going to leave that open. I need to make it higher because otherwise it's going to flood. Because the sea is going to be built to that height. Let's put some stairs there. Where? There. There by the stair. You sing the rest of the words? Do you have kids? Were you ever a kid? Were you born fully grown? Were you produced in a vat like a beaver? Right, so this guy needs hooking in. Do we just build all of the rest of the geothermals and then work out how to hook them up? Maybe? Maybe we do. I don't know. I just work here. Well, technically I'm the overlord, but you know. That's, I think, all of them. And some of these are at least now being beneficial, which is good. You could go as well. And then, yes, we're going to end up destroying some of this. Oh, of course, there's a freaking thorn. Any thorn in my side. And the challenge is I have some beavers as builders at the moment. So we're going to pause those. Put that there. And then I think we can demolish that. How are we doing for dirt? Our dirt supply is holding up somehow. I guess just because we're working quite slowly on building that. Right. Vertical power shaft tunnel. Power. Yeah. Permeable floor. A straight line. Right, turn that on. It is. Well, that works, doesn't it? Now, I suspect there might be some challenges with building some of that. We'll address those as we go. Permeable floor. That and the impermeable floor. That. And that stuff should be okay because it's going to get covered. Cool. And then you, I believe, have a power connection. No, you probably don't need to have that on top. Probably what we should do is that. There. I need to do some explodering to get down onto this level. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Getting on with that. Awesome. Got a little low on pine resin. But okay. You and you, please. Yeah, this new project has given me a bit of a lease of life on this save game. I have to admit. Or a bit of a fresh lease of life, should I say. I should say. But yeah, if we can get this out, we can probably go back to switching on the builder's huts. Would be good. That's just going to take a while. Okay, let's leave them to that. We just need to build a lot. Do I put in more bot assemblers? Do I just accept that I need a lot more bot assemblers? If I want to have the goal of having bots take over the world. Let's put in 2 more. The bot field. Let's go grab the rules for them. Maybe if we're going to have lots of bots, we need lots more bot assemblers. I think that could be a thing. We have some spare now, so do that. We might need to up that number even higher. Right. Go. That can be switched off. You can go. And that's be okay for. Oh, if I'm going to do that, I need to blast that out first. Bang and blast it. Get me with my YouTube appropriate swearing. Dagnamit. Really wanted to then say something that was not appropriate. But I'm not going to. Anyway. Interesting that you're... Oh, because there's a up there. That's why you're ignoring the pathing. Because you're not ignoring the pathing. You're abiding by the pathing. Okay, let's tidy up this. You pick those up just in case we need them. And we're then going to blast down to there. We'll put the power connections in and then we'll redo it. And we'll do a tunneling platform under power connection there. That'll be good. Here, how much is missing? Just a couple of those. So I think the easy way to do this to make use of this funnel that exists. Get rid of you. Yeah. Get rid of you as well, because you're underneath there. Put in, actually, before we do that, bear with me, folks. Delete you, make you a normal tunnel. Put in adder, and then they should be able to do that, and then we can put the power connection back in. Right. You go there. So you be one of those. You be one of those. You get that on top. You be one of those. You get that on top. Get a terrain block. And get some impermeable floors. Awesome. If we watch that now, they should pop that, put that in, then we can put the power connections in. Good stuff. Right, back over here. We are multitasking. We are not lost. You You thought he'd forgotten his really bad joke then, didn't you? You are out of luck, sir. You are out of luck. That'll do. That'll do. And then, actually, in case we need more space, we can get rid of those. Although you've spotted that those need to be double. Well done. Those in and then replace those. You know it. You know it. And then we'll be able to get this tunnel built. Yeah, it's all slightly... I mean, he still hasn't done anything on science yet, has he? Nope. Nope. And we're down to 1.5k science. So I probably should think about that. Now, we can put science underwater. So we can just put the number crunchers underwater because that just works. We could even bury them under the sea. Do you think that's a good idea? Are you getting fed up of the you jokes? Oh, I actually think that's not a bad idea. Just looking for an area where we've not got too... I'm looking for a clear-ish area. Oh, maybe we bury them under here. I kind of like this area, actually. And we've got easy access for power. There's nothing under here that's going to get in the way. So... I guess the other thought is, how many do we need? That is a good question. I'm glad you asked it. Actually, we've got a little bit of an opening under here that we could open up. It's not that big. I mean, we should maybe get into here anyway. So, being as we have some spare beavers, let's start tearing into the scrap metal. We will need stairs and more stairs. And then I think it's that one we need to remove to get underground, but we'll clear out a load of the metalwork first. But yeah, I think we're gonna tear a hole here. Where's my tubeway? My tubeway's there. So if I go here, I think we're okay. Now, the footprint of a number cruncher is 4x4, essentially, with some tessellation options. So, am I worried about tessellating them under the ground? Not really, to be honest with you. We will with the actual placement, and I think 4 number crunchers could sort us out for science. Good. Now, I don't know how Timberborn works, actually. If something's not visible, is it being rendered? Because I'm wondering if we bury them, if that's going to help with graphical performance. Any of you Timberborn geniuses out there, obviously we're getting late into the save, and things to improve performance are good. So yeah, I'm kind of curious on that one. Also kind of curious on if this is a Timprove thing. It feels really obvious to me. The hue washing that happens when the seasons change. Now, I don't know if we could get rid of that by... can't I see it? Yeah, where's fog? Where's fog? I thought we'd gotten rid of fog, but sky fog. There we go. I actually think that is a lot better now. That colour hue is not something that I like. I don't know if that's a mod, and I'm sure one of you will be able to help me out there. Yeah, not a feature that I like. That colour hueing with the season change. So I think we need a bit more path. Get that in, so we'll do that. Right, you're hooked up to the power grid, but the supply is now still lower than the demand. So let's crack on with hooking these up. There, we'll go there. I am going to stay away from running under more of the plinths, I guess. Still not got this one hooked up. Power shaft. Do automation. Do that. Would have been good if we'd stored more power. Big deal. Alright, you. Turn my headphones down. I don't have my headphones on, but they're next to me. And explosions are loud enough that I'm worried the microphone will pick them up. And I'm going to go down another layer. That might be a bit of a faff for hooking the power in, but I want to be able to seal them in, so. Cool, so that's nearly done. So my thought then is basically we down to the correct level, which I think is this level. We could almost bring it out of here. I think we do it here. But that tells me that some triple dynamite out here will get us going. And this feels like it's been a bit of a weird one so far, because it doesn't feel like I'm achieving very much. But I guess I am. Looking more in. Let's keep going. So if we go... You food. Just realised I've not eaten yet today, but I have run 8 miles, so hey, that's good, right? You. Yeah. Feeling like I need to eat some food soon, folks. This might be a short one. You. We go. That. Be there. I'm intentionally not connecting this to this yet. We should use platforms with tunnels with paths. That's what I meant to say. You next to it. I guess it wouldn't drag as I wanted because it's a path. And then we'll pause you two for a moment. And I guess I need to put path there. And that's connected at the top. So that should then all get built. Awesome. You can go in and then we can go science, number cruncher, bosh. Do I get more if I tessellate these? Do I get significantly more? If I do a little bit more exploding. I don't think I do. If this offends people, oh well. It's lazy. I get that. It's lazy building. So in terms of power, put power in on the second story of one of these. No. So I think what we do is been doing. Permeable floor. This needs a lot of reinforcing. That seems to want to connect. We can, but I think it'll be better doing it this way. Because then it'll be watertight. Now we just have the slight challenge of connecting this. Excuse me, I just had a bit of a sneezing fit. But we can address that. More sneezing and ladders. So what's going on there? we come around here, that should let us hook that up, and then we can do that and that. And at least that way, these won't fill up with water. Kind of wondering if we put a second layer of these above it. I think we could get away with that, you know. Anyway, let's think about helping out this poor lone geothermal engine. So you, I'm going to need to go around and put a whole bunch of impermeable floors in at some point. Funneling you power, because I know I'm missing some of them. Don't worry. I am aware. So that will get you hooked in. Not averse to going across there. So glad we don't have power loss through like tunnel length. That would be a challenge, not an opportunity. Why are you not building that one? You are now. Okay. And they're building that. Awesome. Working on that. So I guess what we need to do is that. That. You. And we put those in. There. You go there. And it looks like we need some more paths. So find them with bed path. There we go. If I go down here, how are we looking? We are almost there. Awesome. How are we looking over here? I guess it's there. Again, they're doing okay. And we're still pretty good for planks, actually. So that's good. If I go down here, we're on 247 bots, so we've still got a lot to build. But we do have some spares. So if I go into beavers, what do we want them working in? If I do that. Oh, because if I click them, they filter out, don't they? That makes sense. There we go. So I guess we could increase the why are there no beavers living here? I guess because they don't breed, they just die from old age. That makes sense. So we could send another 30 over here to live out their old age. Yeah, that makes sense. There's no breeding going on, is there? They just die of old age over here. Because there's no breeding pods. There's nothing to sustain the population. Right, so that's hooked up. Awesome. We have some science generation going on now. It's not substantial, because these are going to be running inefficiently. But it exists. So you probably do that. So now getting there with the old wall. That would help with that. There. That. And that. I said, there's a load of impermeable floors I need to build. I think we might fill this in as well, just for ease. That power grid is much better now. That filled up. That's cool. I know we need to look at this as well at some point. Can't do everything at once. That is 11 unpowered bots. Where are the unpowered bots? Oh, they're all just coming back from doing stuff. That's fine. Don't have enough berries to set that off yet. That's okay. And we could maybe plant some berries over here. That's an idea. An idea. How about that, eh? We could plant, maybe just plant a whole load of them out the front here. In time, folks, in time. Yes, I know some of these probably need to be removed, but better to build too many than not enough. Seems like a sensible way to go. Oh, yeah, cool. They're up to 85%. Our science is going up, which is cool. That is kind of nice. Shouldn't be too... Oh, yeah, I'll get you next time. I'll get you next time. I can do that here. Because there's not big enough space. I have another idea that I want to try. But I'll get that next time. If you read the comments, 1, well done. 2, you might have seen one of my ideas for something else we could do that I think's kind of cool. Or a feature in the Dragon Sea. Please, we pretty much managed to fill that up eventually. We need to get this planted as well. Now we can hopefully keep it full. Things are looking better, folks. Things are looking better. That's very nearly done. There is this discontinuity here, which you may have spotted. And because this side is higher than this side, we will be filling it to the height based on this side. But at the moment, there isn't a drain. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm going to leave it there because I need to go get some food. Next time, we will try and get all these hooked up and covered up. We'll carry on with the science. And I may put another layer in because we can always have them switch off when they're not needed. And I think we can get another layer in and still get them covered. We will hopefully get this sorted. It looks like they're getting close. Yep, they are getting close. Because I think that'll be a nice boost in power. It looks like this could handle quite a lot more flow. And probably get some more storage going on somewhere on the map. Potentially over here, we may clear this out and put another bank of power flywheel, large thingamabobbies in. So we also need to give this a revisit because it's not working optimally. It wasn't working optimally. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're enjoying the new little project we have going on. I don't know how much longer that's going to keep us all entertained, but for now it is. So thanks for watching. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I will see you all next time. If you have ideas, keep sticking them in the comments, obviously. Suggestions are always welcome, folks. See you next time.